Good morning. Hello, everyone. Um, Me and Charlie are here today to wrap up the year 2024 with a small talk for the both of us. No interviewing today, just going over some of the important topics that have been discussed in 2024 and take a quick look at what's coming up in 2025. Hello, Charlie.
Hey, Yi, lovely to speak to you. I think we've achieved a lot this year. It's been fun. Lots to come in 2025. But yeah, I guess let's start off with 2024. So yeah, what are
Definitely.
your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
Before we start, I would like to recognize the work that Tim and Caroline have done, not only in 2024, since Tim created this community, a lot of hard work have been done. And Tim and Caroline are the beating heart of this community, and they are still doing tremendous work. I want to recognize that and thank them.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the day when Caroline reached out to me and invited me to this community. It was a good day, and I'm happy that she did. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be working with you, Charlie, and conducting these interesting interviews. Really, we have had the chance to talk to five people. One of them is a lady from Africa, and her story is quite interesting. And the work that she's doing and accomplishing in Africa, it's certainly not an easy area of the world, and yet she's making great successes with her team. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. I'll let you start with your take on a few things, maybe common themes that you have noticed in the talks that we have recorded.
Yeah, excellent. All right, thanks very much, Guy. So again, echoing, Caroline and Tim have done a great job. Looking back, the reason we started this channel was, we all recognized the value of the blogs, and we thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to, for these interviews and this medium to sit alongside those blogs. And I think we've been, we've achieved quite a lot. I appreciate that. There's more that we can do, but I think the community has been really supportive. We've had some really interesting conversations. Some of those conversations I like to think would benefit our membership. And I would say, if anyone who's watching this feels that as though there's something they want for us to explore, or some questions that they have, posted on the community, posted in the comments of this, that's all very welcome. I think some of the things we've touched upon, leadership has been a common theme. So we've spoken to a lot of field service leaders and how they went on their journeys. I think there's been some value there for those who are either starting out mid-career or even later on in their career to see how you transition from tools in hand through to leading a team. And I think it's brilliant that we've had that broad cultural look as well. It would be very easy. I'm based in the UK, Tim and Caroline in the UK, but we have managed to really spread our wings and cover quite a lot globally, which I think is hugely valuable and real asset to the community that Tim and Caroline have built. What about you, Guy? What other things have you noticed and value from these conversations?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, on this specific topic, you see how rich the careers of these managers have been, how they evolved in their careers. Some of them had the chance to have an organic growth. They were there at the right time, the right moment. They had the right qualifications to advance. Some of us had to leave our countries and move to different countries. Mauricio left Italy to Germany. I left Lebanon to Canada, and I worked in Africa also. Um, Kevin, who's a British fellow, left the UK and now lives in Switzerland. A lot of them speak different languages. So we see that the world has become our country in a way. And not only for managers, even field engineers, many of them have moved between different continents and different countries. Recently, Mark Ivan immigrated to Canada, and he's succeeding here as a service engineer. So that was certainly a very clear theme in the interviews that we had. On the level of career advancement for managers, we learned a lot, although some aspects were the same, some other aspects were not. Different managers expressed their advancement in different ways, and they had different opportunities. So certainly that was a major theme. And I think the other theme that you probably also noticed is the career of the field engineers. How we all, even as managers, we started as field engineers.
Yeah.
And how we all have that thirst for technical knowledge. We all have that curiosity to fix stuff and to understand how things work. That led us into technology, whether it is in the medical devices or radar technology or whatever industry. It's really that thirst and curiosity that took us into this field. And I bet that if we ask the hundreds and thousands of members, we will hear the same trend. So it's really interesting to see that. And that keeps us really alive every day in our careers, whether managers or field engineers.
Yeah, I think another thing, pulling out, everyone we've spoken to cares about their customers. They want their customers to succeed, right? That's what makes a standout engineer who then can progress through to management. They want their customers to succeed. They care a great deal about the service that they offer, and want everyone around them to win. And I think that's a really strong message to send as well.
True. About that, it's that passion to serve the customer, see them succeed, and sometimes behind the customer there's another customer. In our medical devices field, there's a patient, and I heard from different managers that their focus really is on the end result, that the machine is working for the customer because the customer is treating a patient, saving the life of a patient. So that mission and that dedication of field engineers, no matter which industry, really comes from that. And it's a trait, it's a personal trait that is common, that I see throughout field engineering, where we are here to serve and to make life better for our customers.
Absolutely. So, I mean, for those watching, if you've not seen any of the videos, they're on YouTube, they're on Spotify. You can go and check them out. Maybe we turn our attention to what we can look forward to in 2025, Guy.
Yeah, before that, I want to touch upon one last aspect, and that is the advancement of the field engineers. Those who want to advance in their careers. We talked about maybe two paths for them. They become like an expert in their field, and they become more specialized in a technology, and they advance on that path. The other path that we see a lot of is the passion of a field engineer to advance into management and how they can go about that. We talked about, being honest about it and communicating with their manager about their willingness and their readiness to advance and how they can work that with their manager. But also something that came up that is very important is really looking for a coach or a mentor who can help them navigate that passion of theirs. Sometimes the manager is too busy. Sometimes the manager maybe is not on the same thought. A coach or a mentor can help them because the coach or the mentor have been there. It's typically a manager who was a field engineer, and they have a story to tell and they have some guidance to give. And this platform, the field engineer community, is a good platform for field engineers to reach out to a manager who's willing and ready to help. Some managers are so busy, and we have done 7 talks in 2024, but in the span of 2 months only, and all managers are busy. So it is quite an accomplishment that we were able to have those managers with us.
Yeah.
And I hope that field engineers will benefit from these videos to help them navigate their careers and their advancement if they are looking for advancement. Now, as for 2025, my wish is that we continue with this, and hopefully we will have more and more managers on interviews. But not only on interviews, we had one recording where you and I and Jerome Varvaro were on the call, and we had an open discussion. We picked a topic. We're going to do more of that. And we have many managers who are open to share their stories and share their experiences to benefit the community. Something I look forward to, and I hope we can make it happen, is to start interviewing field engineers. I'm sure they have interesting stories to share. We have a large group of field engineers, so hopefully we can get some of them when they are available, because they are very busy too. So that's really my wish for 2025.
Excellent. I'm going to pick up on the coming back to 2024, the mentoring program. I think we've both, you and I, have taken on mentors through the field engineer, and I think that's been really valuable. For us, I'm sure an opportunity to give back. And I think Caroline has done a very good job of marrying up various field engineers with the right mentor. And I think I'm sure there's more of that to come. And again, if there are managers watching this thinking, they'd like to contribute in that sense to the community, then I'm sure that Caroline would be very happy to have more mentors on board. So for looking forward to 2025, I think there will be more discussions going on, more interviews going on. There will be some developments that are happening on the community as well. I'm not sure if I want to talk too much about what's coming, because I know that Tim's got some things planned for 2025. But hopefully those who are in the community on the website can see some of the developments that are happening there. And I think there's going to be more to come. I'm excited for 2025. We will still be putting out these videos and doing a little bit more in terms of varying content, not just the interviews, the panel discussions, and hopefully doing some live discussions as well to get a little bit more engagement, a little bit more feedback for what the members are looking for. So I'm excited and looking forward to 2025.
Likewise. And before we end the call, I want to wish everyone happy holidays, no matter which holiday they celebrate. And I would like to ask our viewers to please like these videos if they do, subscribe to be notified of new content, and please reach out to us even individually if you like, through the community, to make suggestions. Tell us what is working for you. Tell us what you would like us to improve on, or maybe to add topics. Feel free to do that. We're here for you.
Excellent. An excellent note to end on, Guy. Thank you all very much for the support for 2024, and we will see you all in 2025.
Bye, Charlie.
Bye.